Hello, 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 everyone. This is Kathy, and I'm here with number 81 of the 100-Day Challenge. And today I'll be making a charm for my journal, or it can also be used as a little dangly tag. To start with, you're going to need some hole punches. I have about a 5/8 of an inch one, a 1-inch one, and this is about a 1.5-inch one. So 5/8, 1 inch, 1.5 inch. And what I'm going to do with the 5/8 inch, I'm going to punch out small circles. And I've already done that here. You're going to need quite a few of them. Okie doke. Then you're going to need some glue, some distress ink if you choose. And with the big 1.5-inch punch, I'm going to punch out 2 circles. Like that. I already have some punched out. And then out of black cardstock, well, first of all, I forgot to mention, the little ones that you punch out should be in different colored paper, so that they create a nice background. Okay, with your black cardstock, I want you to cut out a 1.5-inch circle. Then you're going to take that out, take the circle out. You're going to place that circle, the 1.5-inch circle, into the 1-inch punch. And you're going to cut that out so that you end up with something that looks like this. And I already have one cut out. So you need one of those, 2 large circles, and a bunch of little 5/8 inch circles. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to glue these 2 together. And that's simply to make it a little sturdier. Just like that. Now, starting at the top of a circle, I'm going to put a bead of glue. And I'm going to take, you can choose to use your finger, or you can use a little pointy tool. And you're going to want contrasting circles next to each other. And I'm laying them on top of each other about 1/4 of the way on top of each other. So I'm going to do a top row. I'm not going to worry about going over the edge of the circle yet because we're going to cut that off later. So I finished the top line. Now for the next line, I'm going to put a bead of glue, kind of like that. And we're going to do the same thing starting from the other end. And it's much easier if you use a pokey tool than your fingers. I used my fingers in the last one I made, and it just took a little longer. If you have pliers and are good with those little tweezers, not pliers, you could use those. Okay, we're going to repeat this. Another bead of glue, kind of in a square shape. And we're going to go from the other end. Staying in a straight line across the way. Okay, again. And you want to cover about 1/4 of the way up the top row as well. This is a tedious background, but it's a fun background to use. And it doesn't take long to do. And it's a perfect way to use up your scraps. Well, I have 2 together, so I'll take it. Oh, that's a half one. And be cognizant of the patterns that you have above it too, so you still keep the contrast. And for my papers, my circles, I'm using Tim Holtz Abandoned. Oops, more glue. One more row. Whoops. Whoopski. Okay, I'm going to take a little wet wipe. Just wipe off the excess glue, dab it off. So I used about, I would say, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, probably about 30 little circles. I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to trim off the excess. Okay. Next, I'm going to take this black circle and I'm going to put it on. to make a little frame for it. A little more trimming. And this method that I'm using of placing the small dots, you can almost use that as a dragon scale, I want to call it. That's kind of a method you would use. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some gold. This is Sizzix Luster Wax. And I'm going to place some gold right around the edge so that it looks like metal. Okay. Take some of it off. Alrighty. Now I'm going to take this scorched timber and I'm just going to place it on the edges just a bit. The edges and around. Just to distress it just a bit. Now I'm going to take an eyelet. I could find my eyelet. There it is. I'm going to punch a hole in the top. And add an eyelet. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a string in there first. Let me find my string. And I'm going to put that through. Now I'm going to put this through. That'll hold the string in place. There we go. Pull it to the top. Just like that. I'm going to clip this off the back. And next, as I did here, I'm going to add some glossy accent, which will give me a clear, glossy finish. on the inside. Remember, with glossy accents, you don't want to shake the bottle. You don't want to squeeze very hard. You just kind of want to let it run out. It's self-leveling. If you squeeze too hard, you'll get air bubbles, and you really don't want those. And this will take about, I put it on pretty thick, about 30 minutes to dry completely. And then it'll be nice and clear. So, those are the little charm dangles. I think they're cute. I'm going to try to use this method on other things to see how it turns out. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks for stopping by.